Hi, this is Lisa Crosbie, and in this video I'm going to take you through Power Virtual Agents, 10 features in 10 minutes, with the aim of giving you a really good overview of what this is and what you can do with it. So, summary before I get started, here's what Power Virtual Agents is. It is a low-code chatbot making part of the Microsoft Power Platform. You use an easy-to-use graphical interface. It has built-in natural conversational AI, so you don't need to be an expert to be able to leverage that. It's there ready and waiting for you to use with the low-code tools. You can also use Power Automate. Your bot can take action on behalf of the user to submit or retrieve information from other systems. You can publish your bot on multiple channels. So let's get started, and I will take you through 10 features in 10 minutes so that you can see what this is all about. So first feature is topics. You create your own topics, and you do this by creating just 5 to 10 trigger phrases, and you'll see they don't have to be full sentences. They're natural conversational AI that's already in the bot allows the bot to determine which topic the user intends and to trigger that topic. You've also got within the topics section the ability to suggest topics based on existing frequently asked questions sites as well. You can just plug in a URL and it will bring all those topics straight into your bot. And it comes with these things out of the box. There's already a greeting topic, which you can edit. It's already got a farewell topic, built-in scoring for sentiment and so on about how the person felt the bot experience went. So a lot of stuff already in there that is ready to use, and you build your own custom topics around that. Number 2 is a no-code authoring canvas. So once you get into your topic, you start to build out your conversation, and you're working with this conversational tree type design on the screen. Drag and drop, click and point, no code required. Nice and simple to use to build out that conversational path. Number 3 is entities. Now, entities is not the same as tables in a database or the way that we used to use that language in other parts of the Power Platform. What this is about is being able to extract structured information from unstructured text. And this is part of the natural conversational AI of the chatbot. It comes able to recognize these kinds of things and more out of the box. So for instance, things like age and color. If you're looking for something in your scenario where you want to identify a color in what the person is responding and they type red, the bot knows that that's a color and is able to do that. It's able to identify email addresses too. So if I write in and say, my email address is lisa.crosbie@ and so on, it's actually able to identify that structured piece of email text out of all of the unstructured text. Makes the bot very clever. You can also create custom entities to have it learn your particular language and terminology that you use in your industry. Calling an action is one of the things that gives this bot great power. Forgive me, Power Automate. You can go in and have the bot call an action and build this out in a flow in Power Automate. So what this can do is connect to other systems you're using. The bot can take action on behalf of the user to go out and retrieve information or post information into other systems, call out to things like, some fun examples with playing with a weather service to bring the weather back. So anything that you can connect to with Power Automate, you have inputs and outputs with your chatbot. Best of all, in your Power Virtual Agents licensing, you get some included capability with calls for flow to do this with. So that's a value add there. Now, of course, calling out to other systems, you really need authentication. So this is something where you want to be able to make sure that it knows who the logged in user is. If you're calling out to a weather service, who cares who the logged in user is? What's your city? Here it is, can pass those parameters. But if you're actually calling into a system where you might want to say, let me look up your recent order, or let me look up your leave balance, or something like that in an HR system, then obviously you need to validate and authenticate who that user is. So there is built-in authentication. You go behind the scenes and set that up as a one-off setup, or you can get your IT admin to do that. Really, this is not the kind of front-end business user part. But once that's done, you can bring up these things here. So you'll see here we've got stuff you can just drag into the conversation to prompt the user with a sign-in card, use authentication tokens and so on, and then it knows who they are. Authentication done. You can also then transfer to a live agent. So if your bot isn't able to answer the questions, then there is the option to transfer to a live agent. If you don't have a live agent capability, you can always use the bot to call a flow and post a ticket out to your customer service system or something like that. But if you do have that live agent functionality, you'll see there this has got built-in connection to Dynamics 365, which is the CRM and customer service capability, the omni-channel for customer service part, and you can bring your own if you prefer to do that. Extending with the bot framework composer. So for those of you who like to play with the sort of the more code end of things, one of the more important things to understand about Power Virtual Agents is that it's built in a way that goes seamlessly from no code to the full capabilities. So the idea here is that you could have business users creating topics and creating things in that no code interface. But if you need to do something more sophisticated, starting to bring in more sort of multi-turn interactions or graphical elements and things like that, then there is a seamless spot. You can just click on a button that says Open in Bot Framework Composer. I'm recording this February 2021. This is currently in preview, but you can click through, create what you need in there, come back, and it becomes available to just use as a topic. So you can actually hand off to someone who knows how to develop in Bot Framework Composer while people are building the low-code chatbot. So this lovely kind of no cliffs experience where you can go from one to the other as you need. Number 8 here is that you can publish on multiple channels. Time of recording, these are the ones that are available. I'll come back to Microsoft Teams as a special appearance in the next one, number 9. Often people are creating chatbots for their websites, one of the most common use cases. So of course you can put it on your website. You can also publish it to a mobile app, to Slack, Cortana, Facebook Messenger, a heap of different things there. So lots of channels, and you can actually have that bot and publish it on those channels. It's a pretty easy setup. You just kind of go in there, it gives you a code snippet and you work through that. So you can put your bot out into the world in those different ways. This is the special one from Microsoft Teams, so you can actually build that bot and deploy in Microsoft Teams. But if you're working on an internal chatbot, so something like HR, frequently asked questions, or IT, those kinds of things, anything where it's an internal chatbot that needs to ask questions or to, reach out into internal systems with standard connectors and so on, included in your Teams license, there is now Power Virtual Agents for Teams. So if you want to get going with this stuff without having to buy the full Power Virtual Agents license in the first instance, you can get up and running here and create chatbots inside Teams. I've done a whole video on how to create chatbots. The skill set is exactly the same inside Teams. So if you learn it once, deploying your chatbot inside Teams or building a chatbot for the website, same build experience. It's just that if you're using Power Virtual Agents for Teams, the chatbot lives only in Teams. So keep this one for your internal use scenarios, but it's included in your Teams license. So it's a pretty low barrier to entry to get started there. And finally, we have analytics. So it's actually measuring behind the scenes the interactions with the bot, and you can get all these analytics that help you identify where things have been escalated, abandoned. We've got that built-in CSAT score. So at the end of each conversation, if you think back to number 1 on the topics there, it's got the built-in CSAT score. So you can go in and just click on, the person says rating from 1 to 5. You're getting those metrics in there. And then you can start to look at the outcomes over time, and you can also get those drivers of which topics are driving the resolution rate, the abandon rate, and the escalation rate, and thereby improve the performance of your bot. So there you go, that's Power Virtual Agents, 10 features in 10 minutes. I haven't done this in a ranked order of 1 to 10. I've done it more in a sort of methodical order of how you might work through a bot. So we've got the ability to create topics, bring topics in from your existing frequently asked questions site, lovely no-code authoring canvas, entities to use conversational AI really well and extract data from unstructured text, use Power Automate to call actions to other systems. You can authenticate users, transfer to live agents, extend with Bot Framework Composer if you need to do more than the low code allows you to do, publish on multiple channels. Don't forget Power Virtual Agents for Teams for your internal use case, included in your license, and awesome analytics. I hope that's been helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep watching for more tips and tricks on Power Apps, Power Virtual Agents, Microsoft Teams, and Dynamics 365.